All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back today. We're playing more We're in Danger, my little game. Specifically, we're playing the Balls season variant, which is kind of like a Victorian Regency era vibe kind of deal where we have some propriety and some bloodshed. And we also have some returning characters for the first time. So we're gonna do it's a one shot, so it's not like we're doing like a lengthy singular campaign, but we're actually going to be testing out, playing around with some advancement rules. So if you are fortunate enough to have your character survive a scenario of We're in Danger, you can go ahead and boost some stuff for your character. So I'm gonna have everyone introduce themselves in a second, and they'll tell us what they took. Even Joe, whose character died last time.
Yes,
and he didn't. Yeah. Melissa's character also died last time, but then she had enough time to make another one.
So early enough.
Anyhow.
That's the thing. You get your character killed off early enough so that you've got a new one ready to go.
Die early, come back like the hero at the end. It's great. Okay, so a couple advancements you could take. You could get a new item. So remember, that an item allows you to manipulate the dice after you roll, so you can actually plus one a die. You can take new expertise, which is another way of getting a very specific specialty that will give you a bonus hit on a roll. You can get what's called a scar, which is kind of like a wound armor. Like once per scenario, you can kind of tap into a scar that you, whether a mental scar, physical scar, whatever, from a previous scenario, and that memory or that physical scar somehow protects you, and so that you can kind of like defend against one wound. You can also get increased recovery. So after different encounters with dangers, once you overcome a danger, you can normally recover some strain. Recovery allows you to recover just a little bit more, or you could reduce your scare track, so you don't get as scared as you used to get, and you can kind of hang in there a little bit longer. So those are the different options. And we have 3 returning characters. Joe's making a brand new character, but he's also going to take an advancement because that's fun. So let's see. Let's start with my Trey. My Trey, who are you playing, and what did you pick for your advancement?
I am playing Miss Sylvia Asher, who is incredibly proper and has one propriety because of that. She dark brown skin, high cheekbones, long black hair that's put up with silver and pearl comb right now, and wearing a dress from the appropriate local dressmaker, and none of those scandalous Parisian fashions or anything like that. And her advancement, I took the scare truck one because as Mel helped me verbalize, she has seen some shit.
Okay, fantastic. Sylvia has returned. Sadly, as you asked right before we went up, you're like, I wonder if my boyfriend Kinsley. No, your boyfriend was obliterated by demons and nuns and monks.
Oh, no.
He's toast. No, literally, he's toast. There's a lot of fire. It's awful. It's interesting that your last name is Asher, because that son of a bitch is ass.
Oh, no.
It's crazy. I'm ready to go. I got a ton of
on a roll.
Okay. Let's go to Jeremy. Jeremy, who you playing? What advancement did you take?
Right. Speaking of Ash, I'm Ashley Hickenbottom of the estimatable Hickenbottom clan. Stout lads, all of us, wearing the finest suit that money can buy. I've been told it's very fashionable. I was also left to die. That's fine, no big deal. For my advancement, I picked up Mr. Charcuterie's cane sword and I cut my own way out because the Hickenbottom always comes out on top.
Didn't you also gain a family in that adventure?
Well, it's complicated.
Yes.
A lot of ins, a lot of outs.
Yeah.
Jeremy often picks up families in Lollygagging games.
It's true.
Yeah. You have an adopted son named Damien, who may or may not be a vessel for Satan. And then you also have his mother, who was lifted by a demon into the sky and then dropped and so she like broke like every bone in her body. So has she been recuperating, you think, at the at your estate?
You know, got the best doctors the money could buy. Thoughts and prayers.
Well, he died too.
Yes, he did.
Second best.
So-
he did. He totally did.
You know how there's that stat for like your connection with other people, your yearning?
Yeah.
That is actually
Yes.
Stump stat. So
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. You just did like a carriage drive-by at the emergency room hospital and just got the hell out of
thoughts and
Dodge.
prayers.
Okay. Fair enough. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Melissa, who are you playing and what advance did you take?
Yeah, so I'm playing Miss Charlotte Harrison. She was a bit of a widow, if I remember correctly from last time. She's got blonde curls and a very stuck-up nature. She's her expertise is equestrian. She has a horse named Diamond. So her items, one was a horse riding crop. The other one, I think it was a fan. I don't remember, so I'm just going to say it was like a personal fan. I don't think it ever came into play, but I'm just going to stick with it.
You can switch it out.
Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you can always, between scenarios, you can always switch out
Yeah.
items. It's fine.
And what I selected for my advancement is Scar. And the direction that I went with that is because I had both a buckled knee and a broken ankle. And so I think medicine, being as it is at this particular period of time, is that I wear a bit of a leg brace these days. And so I would say that that probably gives me a bit of protection against some wounds that might be coming my way.
Phenomenal. Your Crystal, is that your name? What did you say your name was?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Why did I think Crystal?
I think Crystal was Mystery Flespit, maybe.
Oh, Crystal
okay.
totally was. Ah.
Yeah.
Charlotte
And your
Harrison.
mom. Okay. All right. Okay. And then finally, Joe, you got a new character. Who'd you
I
make?
do. I am playing Phineas Boulevard. He is a large, kind of egg-shaped man. He's got dark hair that's got way too much like grease and stuff in it to slick it over. And he's a dentist, so his items are dentistry tools. His expertise is dentistry, and his inappropriate personal item is suspiciously potent laudanum that he kind of doesn't
nice.
really make obvious that he's carrying.
Did you see how excited Jeremy got? when
I
he said you
approve
were
so much.
playing?
Wow, I think that's the finest character you
Oh,
could have
goodness.
possibly chosen.
We have a Bluetooth emote in general because of Jeremy's old Deadlands character. Oh my goodness.
Great.
Okay. Well, phenomenal. I'm very excited to kill these characters. Phineas Boulevard. I'll definitely miss Mr. Charcuterie, but Phineas Boulevard sounds like a wonderful addition. Okay. All right. We ready to go? Ready to get this shindig going?
Absolutely.
All right.
Mhm.
Let's get a little music going, maybe. Let's do a little.
My turn. What's your character name again?
Sylvia Asher.
Sylvia. I remembered the Asher joke, and I
Okay.
couldn't remember the name that came before it. Oh, and that's right. Jeremy is still Ashley. How did I forget that?
Yep.
I
Yep,
only
it's not
remember
confusing
the
at all.
estimatable Hicken bottoms. I don't actually remember his first name.
All right. Okay. So time has passed since your last scenario. Whether or not you have all kept in touch with each other after the events that took place is entirely up to you. It's strange in the territory, which is the larger kind of generic setting for ball season, how these types of events just kind of get swept away. Like we kind of forget about them. A couple weeks pass, a month or two, and these stories just have a tendency to just become gossip. And that gossip just becomes folklore, and then we kind of forget about it entirely. But for the three of you that survived it, I'm sure the memories are far fresher. But winter-ish has come, and you all have decided, either together or separate, and just purely coincidental, to take a trip to the peninsula. because the peninsula is where warmth still exists at this time of year. And you are specifically heading to Calumet on Sea, which is a port, a port town in the peninsula. And you have heard that the Marquis there, the Marquis of Reeves, has invited a troupe of the preeminent entertainers within the territory to come and entertain, sing, dance, act, recite poetry, etc. For the town before the harshness of winter comes and everyone retreats to their estates and their homes, and reverie becomes a thing that you wait until spring for. And so all of you arrive, and you're here already, and it's like a week-long affair. And the whole town itself is enjoying this, from the beautiful market square, which you can see is done up in all sorts of festive winter finery, to the naval offices and the docks, where many young sailors are getting ready, once winter breaks, to head out on a tour service. Also to the Cartographers Guild, this well-known and established group that has a banquet hall onto which the most esteemed members of this affair can actually go to rub elbows with the hobnobs of the town. So as we zoom in, we see this beautiful town. We hear the sounds of music. We see like little kids here and there picking up the little bits of snow that have already fallen, throwing snowballs at each other, and making little snowmen and such in the snow. We see in the market square, there's like a kind of an open dance where a lot of the the less reputable or socioeconomically endowed seem to be dancing. Down by the docks, we hear the drinking of sailors and such, and the kind of the body, some body songs, and this is kind of the vibe. It is evening time. Sun is going down. It's becoming dark. We can see off up the hill the ruins of like an old castle that kind of looks over the town as well, and we can see off to the west also like the churning cold ice of the sea. We're going to go through this one at a time, and I just kind of want you to sort of tell me where you think your character, what do you think your character would be doing here? So we're going to go in reverse order this time. So Joe, what do we think Phineas Boulevard is doing here? Like, what do you think he's coming to enter? Like, do you think is he watching like a theater troupe? Is he dancing? Is he trying to hobnob with the wealthy and the influential at the guild hall? What do you think he's trying to do right now?
What time of day is it?
It is evening, almost night. You can see there's the last little shimmer of the sun over the sea to the west.
He's absolutely getting plastered in any way that he can be.
Okay. We'll say that they're right off Market Square. Actually, well, no, I guess there's two options for you. You could be down with the scandalous sailors and drunkards by the docks, or you could be at a reputable establishment in the middle of town. What do you think you want to be?
As reputable as I can go without being immediately kicked out.
Okay. We'll say in the Market Square, there is a fairly well-known pub that you can attend. We're going to call it the Last Gull.
Okay.
And we'll say that's where we find you. Okay. And here you are, you're inside, and likely what we see, in addition to you drinking and like these large tables that have been smashed together to kind of create these lengthy banquet tables, we can see that there are musicians playing, somebody with like a lute, and another one or two kind of stepping from table to table, singing and reaching down, doing their like give your coin to your, whatever the heck that song was from The Witcher, right? Just going around and singing and picking stuff up here and there, taking tips. Do you think you're with anybody? Do you think did you bring a friend here? Have you met a friend since you've been here?
I imagine I'd probably be friends with Jeremy's character, so I
Fair.
wouldn't be surprised if he's with me or had been here earlier in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So, Jeremy, is it fair to say that Ashley would be at the Last Skull right now with Mr. Boulevard?
Yeah. And you know what? I think it dawns upon me that I've got a certain amount of obligation, literary needs and sort of thing. You know, it's a shame his mom's all, cooped up, being healed. I did bring Damien with me, because he's got he's got a name, and that's got weight. And he's got to kind of sow his oats and learn things about the world. He's got at that great age where he's young enough he can get away with things, but he's old enough he can kind of appreciate them. And there's no responsibility. It's all fun.
Okay. So where maybe the two of you are sitting at a bar at stools, drinking these large steins, some kind of ale. We see Damien off to your left, Ashley, and he's got this big old stein himself, but inside it's like this steaming bit of cider, and his cheeks are nice and rosy, and his eyes are big, and he just takes a nice big drink from it. We see it; it's too big for his hands, but he sets it back down and he looks up at you. It's good.
Yeah, you look like a real man now. Oh, hey, it's my friend over there. You're gonna love this guy. He's great.
I'm going to love this guy.
Yep.
And he looks over at your friend, who is Mr. Boulevard. What does Boulevard look like for us, Joe?
I'm picturing Eggman with very very greasy, almost kind of like the center part, curly hair. Way too much pomade and stuff in it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you totally 3 sheets to the wind right now? Are you already drunk?
I would say quite drunk yet, but definitely had maybe a little bit too many. And
you know what? Why don't we do a stoutness roll? See where you're at. Give us a stoutness roll.
I think I made that my worst, so let's do it.
Awesome.
Perfect. That makes this even better.
Oh gosh, where are my dice? There should be one more.
Okay.
I've got 3d6. Where's my 4th d6?
Joe forgot to bring dice to this dice game.
Yeah. I think my cat attacked.
Ridiculous.
For
Especially
shame.
you tell me to have a character sheet.
I guess you only get to roll 3d6s. Guess that's just where you're starting from.
I'm going to roll 3d6 and then reroll one of them.
Damien's.
So, oh no.
His head looks like an egg.
It does. But I tell you, he's a paramount of professionalism.
Okay.
He understands humors and that sort of thing.
So I got 2, 2, 5, 6. And my stoutness is a 3.
Oh, okay. So one strain then.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are a little drunk. So that one strain just represents you being a little tipsy, but not full on drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're already kind of swaying a little bit. And there's this little kid with kind of sort of an unnerving looking plainness to his face. It doesn't seem to smile or frown. It's just somewhere in between. And after your friend Ashley says you're going to love this guy, he leans forward and looks at you. I'm going to love this guy. And he looks you directly in the eyes. How are you responding?
You've got great teeth, kid. I'm going to take another swig.
And he says, I've got great teeth. And then he turns directly straight forward, looks at a mirror and behind the bar area where the 3 of you are reflected, and he just makes this really big wide grin that looks entirely mechanical, but you realize he's doing it so he can see his teeth. So he has those open. Okay. What about Ashley? Has Ashley been drinking? You think Ashley's? Do we want to do a stoutness roll for Ashley, or is he just kind of getting started?
Of course.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Get my couple more dice here.
See how, Joe, do you see how Jeremy had his dice ready?
Yeah.
So,
I'd appreciate that kind of professionalism.
I've got 2 2s and 2 5s. My stoutness is a 1. So that's 2 successes.
Hey, look at you.
You're fine. You can drink him under the table any day of the week. It's not an issue. the stuff is fairly potent. We'll say like it's a very thick dark ale that they have. It's not like these light lagers of any kind. It's a dark, thick. It's got a lot of body to it, and while it hits you, like you're able to with your stoutness to be able to withstand it.
So he will also join in smiling in the mirror, except he having his, he's like picking at something in his teeth or something.
Okay. You would notice a few things going on inside the last gull right now. In addition to like what I've already described, there is like one performer like stepping from table to table with their lute, and then there's a second one that is singing. So the two of them are moving back and forth, but also many of the locals seem to be singing along with them. There is this one table off to the corner that is particularly loud, and you can tell that they are younger folk of teenage years, you might say. You can see that there are two young men and two young women, and they are singing with great, extremely loud and extremely obnoxious, to the point where they almost are like no one's seems to be offended by it, but like they're very loud teenagers, especially the boys. They seem to be trying to like kind of impress the young women with their singing prowess, which is not particularly good to begin with.
Amazing.
Okay.
All right, we're going to give it a minute.
All right.
And then you're going to go over there and you're going to ask that one there with the red. You're going to ask her to dance. You're going to say, my lady, can you do me the honor? Just do it. You talking to Damien.
You're talking to Damien?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say, my lady, would you do me the honor? It's going to floor this whole room.
So he's going to grab his cider and he's going to do the two-handed kid drink. And then he's going to like wipe his mouth with the back of his arm, and he's going to hop down. I'm going to do this. And then you see he wanders over and he goes up to one of them. What you realize as he gets close is wearing like a naval uniform. This young woman is wearing like a naval uniform, and he walks right up to her. And he says to her, "Ma'am, will you do me the honor of dancing with me?" And he like kind of does this little bow and sticks out his hand. And she just starts laughing. Of course. Aren't you so cute? And he says, as he always does, "Aren't I so cute?" And then the two of them get up, and you see they start like dancing around. It's a very crowded environment. But so they're like kind of bumping here and there, and you can see like one of the boys, the older boy, is kind of like ribbing the younger boy, saying like, "Oh, the little kid stole your girl. You gonna sit still for this?" And it's just sort of good teasing, but nonetheless, it is happening. And so you see Damien dancing around with a young like 16, 17-year-old naval prospect.
Yeah.
Okay.
My work is done.
Well done. Okay. Let's cut over to Maitre. Where do we think Sylvia would be appearing? Doesn't have to be here. It could be anywhere you want. It could be anywhere around the town you like. Is there a specific spot or place or activity we might find her doing right now?
I think I think she's at the naval office, and her inappropriate item is a salacious letter from an officer on the peninsula. So I think
I love it.
She's asking after the person who sent the salacious letter, Captain Benjamin Crawford. And she's asking after him. You're muted or something.
Oh, thank you so much. You are at the naval offices. It's after hours, so to speak. There are people here. This is not like the naval base. It's just the offices for a port town, right? And it was this Captain Benjamin Crawford. Is that
Crawford, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a place that is follows proper procedures and proper order. So when you step into the offices themselves, you can see all sorts of kind of nautical nautical decoration here and there. You can see what looks like paintings of distant lands and seas and such. You can see
She
what
is
looks like
herself very
carved
proper,
plaques.
so this is really resonating with her.
You can see all sorts of like carved plaques of like previous ships and like little references to young men and women who went out for a tour and never came back. This very like kind of dour looking section of the wall. And there is a portly middle-aged man who is dressed in his uniform. You can tell he's probably not been on a boat in quite some time, but he's got some reddened portions to his face. And he is going to ask you to. I am going to ask you, and he is going to ask you to make a roll for me because this is an esteemed place. So one of the things in this game is standing, and sometimes there's different obstacles, waypoints, and people who have a different standing level, and based upon that, it could affect your difficulty of interacting with it. So what is your standing there, Sylvia?
My stand. So I got a +1 the last time around. I don't know if that gets reset.
That does not. It doesn't reset. So you wouldn't be esteemed yet. So there's basically 5 points on a track between esteemed, reputable, and scandalous. When you start a new character, so Joe, this would be for you as well. You start right in the middle. One to the left and one to the right is still reputable, and then aside from that, it'll go to scandalous or esteemed. So you're almost to esteemed if you want to be, but you're not there quite yet.
Okay, so what do I roll for you?
So I want you to make a case to see your boy, Benjamin Crawford, and then based upon what you say, we'll determine what you want to use.
Okay.
Propriety is like the default, but you can you can try to role play into something else if you like. So he'll say, "Young miss, I'm afraid it is after hours, and it is indecent of you to call upon the officers of the Royal Navy, all of whom have either retired for the evening, for tomorrow's duties are quite significant, or are currently touring the town, as we also double as its security."
So she kind of looks down and then sort of back at him, and this delicate blush rises in her cheeks, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I know this is quite inappropriate. It's just Captain Crawford really seemed so interesting when he visited to convalesce for a little while, and we spoke a little, and he was stationed on the peninsula, and it would just, I wonder if he still is. That's all.
There are many stations along the peninsula, madam. We are but one small port. Okay, you can do. I mean, propriety makes the most sense, I think, and then even how you set it up. So I would say roll propriety.
Okay.
It is going to be. You're going to need 2 hits to succeed on this, because this is a esteemed place.
Of course.
And you are just a reputable, just some crappy reputable person over here.
Maybe I should have gone down to the docks. Sorry, give me a
Yeah, the docks is
second.
the other way.
Yeah, actually,
no
right? So that is 1 second. So that's just 46. Do I add 1 for my +1 standing, or does that come into play at all?
Doesn't come into play because you have to. You're still reputable. So there's like you have to move all the way to esteemed.
Got it. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yep.
So that is 2 successes then.
Okay. So what did you roll in total? Do you have any negatives?
3.
Okay. Excellent. So he'll say, "I'll see if he is here. I don't recall him leaving for the festivities. He is in fact stationed here for the time being. He leaves come spring with all the young lads and lasses that are ready to depart.
Thank you so
You'll wait
much
here.
for checking. Yes, of course.
So you'll see he'll get up and he'll depart the room. Because you didn't get any additional hits on top of the 2, that means you can't actually improve your ranking or your standing here. Moments later, we'll see he returns with a fully uniformed Benjamin Crawford. What does he look like, Maitre?
He is a dashing middle-aged man with cropped dark brown hair and very much very proper. He is in dress blues, basically. Like he's uniformed and
He's in his uniform.
significantly more uniformed than he would need to be. Yeah.
So he steps out. You maybe briefly hear like the conversation as the door swings open. I'm due to meet the Marquis in moments. This better be. And then he looks up and he says, Miss Asher. Oh.
Mr.
And you can see he seems a little flustered.
Captain Crawford?
Oh, no. Well, I suppose, yes. What brings you to Calumet-on-Sea?
Well, I was invited to the Marquis' party, and I had a little bit of time, and I was looking for you.
You were invited to the Marquis' banquet? He looks a little surprised. And you weren't, in fact, invited to the Marquis'
so I'm
party,
sorry.
'cause you are not esteemed. I'm sorry.
That is
doesn't mean you
how
can't get
my
in.
dream is. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
But nonetheless, he's like, well, I was heading over there just this instant. Might I escort you? Presuming, of course, that you... Wonderful. And you could see, like, the portly man who went and got your friend here has got this, like, wry grin. And it's like, and so he comes around, so Crawford comes around and kind of, like, offers his arm, and he leads you out of the offices.
She tries not to get all fluttery and does a terrible job at it.
And so he'll start escorting you down the street to the guild hall, to the Cartographer's Guild Hall, where like the esteemed banquet of the hobnobbing of the richest and most influential folk are, not the last goal where people are, just kind of screwing around. All right, Melissa, talk to us about Charlotte. Where do you think we find Charlotte during these festivities?
Well, I suppose my question for you would be, could Charlotte be in the guild hall? Because that is where she would want to be, if such a thing would be allowed. You
certainly could try.
If not, she'd be dancing.
Nothing is impossible to get to. It's just, like I said, in certain places, certain waypoints, and certain people to interact with them, to get something out of them. It might require a roll based upon your standing. You're reputable. And to get into the guild hall, you would have had to either have been of great esteem, which you are not, or you would have, like what Maitre is doing, potentially have gotten on the arm of somebody who has great esteem. So you can make a check if you like.
Yeah, so maybe we first see her dancing. And so she is looking for someone there who looks to be very well dressed, looks to be from stock that she knows would have an invitation, and be seeing this is, kind of setting up a last minute wink, wink. Maybe somebody who might have their date seems to not be present. Maybe someone was under the weather or something, and she's trying to kind of worm her way in.
So we could see you in like the market square, where like there's sort of like a public sort of dancing and celebration, and you're just kind of eyeing the crowd and looking for a disappointed young individual who may or may not need a date. Sure.
Okay, so
how old is Charlotte, by the way? Is Charlotte like a spinster in her 30s?
No,
or is she
Charlotte was married young and widowed young.
Okay.
So she's
right. It's Melissa's dream.
So is this propriety or yearning? Like, I would like to lean on yearning.
You can make role play out yearning. What does it look like? What do you want to find? Do you want to find like a young? Do you want to find a young man, a young woman? Do you have a preference? Do you have a care?
I would say,
or an older, like an old, grimy looking person you can kind of bat your eyelashes at.
She is, yeah. So I'll go. I would like to go. Yes, maybe there's someone who's recently a widower. So she's a young widow. So maybe there's a probably a little bit older widower. That is the angle that I would like to go.
Okay. You see moving through the market square. You catch sight of an older man and a younger man. You would imagine father and son. The younger man is kind of being chided almost in public, to the point where the older man pulls him off to the side. The older man has a top hat, tails, is well dressed. You can tell has very well groomed mutton chops in some fashion. And it's kind of gloved hands and such. And he seems to be chiding the younger one, who is giving back just as good as they're getting. And eventually the two of them, they just can't seem to see eye to eye. And you see the younger one, the son presumably, kind of just rush off. And then the older man kind of shakes his head, turns around, and there you are. So what is it you say to this 50s maybe, we'll say?
Oh, well, good evening, Mr. Butterworth. It's so good to see you.
I am very sorry, ma'am. I believe you've got me confused with somebody else. My name is Penfold, Mayor Penfold.
Oh, yes. My apologies, Mayor Penfold. I just wanted to.
It's quite all right. Mr. Butterworth and I, we get confused all the time. It's the button chops, you see. It's a fashion for a certain age.
Well, and it does look mighty handsome attached to your visage.
You flatter an old man. You, is there something I can help you with, ma'am?
Well, as it were, I understand that you might be looking for and she kind of looks off in the kind of direction of the guild hall, that you might be down a partner for the festivities this evening, perhaps?
Are you propositioning the mayor?
Yo, I heard your wife is dead.
Oh my god.
I heard you might need an escort.
Well, you know.
That's exactly what you're doing.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
He looks scandalized when you say this, of course. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a test. Oh my god, dear God. Okay, go ahead and roll a test. You said yearning. You need to role play yearning here more. That felt more not proprietary. That felt impropriety.
I'm trying to think. I don't. So. Probably in the kind of nonverbal piece of this. So I switched out, since it's colder weather, I switched out the fan for like a mink stole.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say that maybe kind of part of her, like, I understand that you might want some company for the evening. Wink, wink.
Okay. So you very much, okay, got it. Charlotte is a sex worker. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We just want to make sure we know where we're
just pour some sugar on me.
Setting for everyone.
Okay. How did you do?
I did great, actually. So I get a
Wow.
+1 because I'm using my stole. So I rolled a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 5. And so that's going to be 3 successes because my yearning's a 1. So like,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So he seems a little taken aback by your forwardness. Madam, I'm sorry. You young folk are so forward these days. And when I was courting my late wife, there was time for romance and.
Well, my dear,
you are not wrong.
There were such things then, but when we have experienced loss, as both you and I have, we both know that the first time around is for the decorum and the appearance of it all. And once we have loved and lost, then we are more practical and straightforward about our needs.
You have lost someone so young. You couldn't be much older than my son Darius.
It's been a year since I've lost the Mr. Harrison.
Well, you have my condolences. Well, it's festival time, and no one should celebrate alone. So,
My thoughts exactly.
perhaps for this evening. And he kind of like offers his arm, kind of looks around a little sheepishly as if he like realizes what he's doing. And yeah, we'll say he escorts you as well. And we see inside this banquet hall, we'll kind of smash cut, and we see it is a regal affair with a beautiful glowing chandelier over top of a modest banquet hall that has been elevated quite considerably with all sorts of finery. You can see beautiful circular tables with these tablecloths and various crystals. You can see that there are like waitstaffs and servants that are moving around, pouring drinks for esteemed guests. You would say there's maybe 2 or 3 dozen in here. There is a second balcony that kind of overlooks a second story balcony that overlooks this. But mostly the only thing that you hear up there are like patches of performers where you can hear people like playing music or kind of calling down and reading poems. And if some of the esteemed guests kind of call out a request, one of them plays. And you notice, I'll say, as you walk in, Charlotte, that there is a familiar face here. As you see sitting down at one of these tables is Sylvia Asher, who the two of you survived a very harrowing ordeal some time ago. But was it as harrowing as you remember it? No, it could not be. The flights of stories and stuff make it sounded so much worse. But you see her sitting there and laughing with a very attractive middle-aged naval man, in fact.
And I would say that as we've watched Charlotte and the mayor walking in, she does walk with a slight bit of a limp. And so as the weather is kind of getting cooler, you kind of see in her one leg, she like seeing Sylvia, like she almost visibly sort of winces because the pain sort of comes back, and like it's one leg is both the knee and the ankle. And she says, "Oh, my dear mayor, if you wouldn't mind getting me a little something to wet the whistle. I'm going to go say hello to an acquaintance, if you wouldn't mind, dear."
And he looks at you. So I just want to recap that Melissa has done. She has solicited, without knowing him, the mayor of the town, convinced him to take her as his +1 to an esteemed affair with the marquis of this area, and is immediately ditching him to go say hi to a friend, and called him dear.
All of this is accurate. All of this is. I see nothing wrong with that recap so far.
Okay, so I'm going to extend my disbelief. And I'm going to say that he agrees to do that, and he will go fetch you some sort of drink, despite the fact that there are servants everywhere that could have done that for you. And then you will go say hello to Sylvia. What is it you say to Sylvia when you arrive?
Oh, my dear Sylvia, it's so good to see you well.
Charlotte, what a wonderful surprise.
Oh, yes, indeed. I hear this is going to be quite the lovely evening. And she sort of is looking past you.
I'm so sorry. This is Captain Benjamin Crawford. Captain Crawford, this is an old friend of mine, Miss.
He immediately got up. By the way, when you approach, he got up immediately and says, "Captain Benjamin Crawford at your service. Any friend of Miss Ash's is a friend of mine."
And Charlotte curtsies. Captain, it's so very nice to meet you. I won't take up too much of your time. Just wanted to say hello to my dear friend.
Oh, I see. Would the two of you like a moment to get reacquainted? I see the mayor over there. I do have a bit of business to discuss with him.
Oh, he'll be back shortly with a drink. Actually, he was just fetching me a drink. So if you just wait right there, in just a few seconds, he'll be right over with drinks.
I don't mean to speak out of turn, but
well, then you won't.
There are servants
of course.
for that. Well, yes, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Everyone has their station, of course. Though the servants, you see, they live to serve. If we were to take that from them, that would be wrong of us.
Yeah. Sorry. well, yes, of course, and I do see. What was the mayor? And I imagine he probably walked like 5 feet away, grabbed.
His full name is Mayor Aubrey Penfold.
Aubrey Penfold.
The only thing I remember is not Mr. Butterworth.
Butterworth.
But has mutton chops.
Not accepted. Okay, so I'll say the mayor returns. He's got his drinks. Captain Crawford. Oh, it is good to see you. I was wondering if you would be here. And then you can, Mayor Penfold. I see we seem to have friends in common. Perhaps you'd care to join us. He kind of motions down to this circular table. There's a handful of other folks that are sitting here. And like the mayor, you can see it hesitates for a second. Are we certain the Marquis will not be upset if we were to disrupt the planned array of guests? Oh, well, he's so old, he probably won't even notice it. You're quite right. And they kind of chuckle a little bit. And then they sit down and they discuss, business, because they're men in the Regency area. So they're like business. And it's quite lovely.
So very different times those were.
Business. Okay.
Sylvia is leaning over to Charlotte and expressing her excitement about reconnecting with Captain Crawford, and sort of excitedly pulls out this letter and shows it to you. And like, I have it as a salacious letter, but she is very proper, and he could very generously be described as stiff-backed. So I think the letter itself is this like exercise in romantic restraint, which she thinks of as incredibly salacious. So it's like, I've seen tempests that make my heart race less than your smile. Things like that she thinks of as very risque.
And I would say that Charlotte,
she's excitedly showing it to you.
Charlotte appreciates sort of what you're aiming for as she reads it, and so she kind of is watching you as she reads it, and so she makes sure that she is kind of with the nonverbals, like we're in, kind of the larger group, but she does kind of like tap her
You're at
shoulder.
a public table.
Yes. So it's not being read aloud. I'm just sort of like reading it, and I am kind of giving her kind of the appropriate like response of, oh, that's so.
There is nothing appropriate. That's what's happening right here. Just so we all know. Good.
She's going to ask, like, how did you end up on the mayor's arm?
Well, this evening seemed to be the type of place that we should all desire to be at, of course. And when folks have experienced loss, as we both have, then sometimes those are the best folks to be connected to, as it were.
That's true.
And she folds the letter back up and kind of pats her on the shoulder.
And as the two of you are talking, there's a sudden quietness in the room. Musicians, poets, even your dates stop talking. And it's just, there's that lingering 5 seconds where it's just the two of you talking and everyone can kind of hear what you're saying. And then like you look over at your dates and they have these horrified looks on their faces. And then you hear from the entrance the voice of someone announcing, His Marquis of Reese. And you look over and you can see entering into this banquet hall is this like ridiculously old looking man. His long face, long nose, and you can see everything about him seems aged in a particular way. But he has this like heavy fur cloak that a servant comes over and like removes for him, and you see a suit that is clearly a generation out of style, but nonetheless done up in a manner that suggests a level of regalness that to which the two of you, based upon your actions, are totally unaccustomed. And he just kind of holds out a hand, and someone comes over and just puts a goblet like right into the hand itself, and then he begins moving around the room with like these two servants following him on his heels as he goes from table to table to greet the various guests. But we will cut from there over to the last gull, where we see Damien is dancing around with a young naval woman. We can see that Mr. Phineas Boulevard is a little drunk, and we see at the bar, we can see that Ashley. What's your last name again, Jeremy? I'm sorry.
Higginbottom.
Okay. Okay. So are the two of you interested in doing anything in particular just yet?
Oh, just catching up with my friend here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're the local lad. What's it? I mean, obviously, we're going to come here, get some drinks, have some fun, do some twirly-whirly. But, I got to bring the kids somewhere respectable. Where do I take them after this?
I'm not one for kids myself much, so I'm not sure. What kinds of things does he like?
I mean, who cares? He can spout out his name. But like, if you were gonna go, so we start out with the cheap drinks. Always fill up on the cheap drinks. Then where do you go for the expensive drinks? You fill up on the cheap, then you go up a step.
I like this. So wasn't there like some attraction that was coming soon, or that was like new to town?
There's a large troupe of entertainers, and they're kind of scattered about. There's two in here, one that's playing the lute, one that's singing. There's some, unbeknownst to you guys, in the banquet hall. There's some out in the market square. They're kind of scattered about here and there, taking tips and entertaining. Some dancers, some tumblers, some poets, some musicians, etc.
Okay. So I guess we could find one of them that little Daniel, is that his name? He might be interested in one of them.
Daniel. Damien. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we should just hit the streets. Twirly whirly. do some dancing. We'll be irresistible. They'll pull us into
Absolutely.
the show. We'll be the spotlights. And then they'll give us drinks for being so amazing.
Absolutely.
And we'll put that little lad on our shoulders, give him the night of his life before he becomes miserable after his mom dies.
You hear, after my mom dies. And you see standing behind you.
It's going to be a long ways
Damien
off.
is
Long
right
ways
there.
off.
It's going to be a long ways
That's
off.
right. That's right. But you're living now before the responsibility comes.
I have danced. What do I do next?
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do I propose to her now? Or do I wait?
That's a little quick. Well, let's hold off on that.
So here's the thing. You dance 20 times and you propose once. So you've done one dance. There's a lot more dancing to do.
I should do more dancing.
Right.
With her or with another?
So many others.
Which one? And you see he's just like eyeing down the room, like this like slow, kind of uncomfortable stare as he's just like looking around the room for who he should dance with next.
Well, here's the thing. My friend here, the estimatable doctor, he says there's a whole troupe of the most amazing entertainers in the region, and we just have to go out into the streets. And if you dance, they will come to you.
Very true.
Let's go out in the streets
Right.
so I can dance.
Yes.
And bring them to me.
Right.
Where did you find this kid?
It was a whole thing. I was at a dance.
Right.
And you suddenly hear like, "Come, Papa." And you see standing by the door, there is Damien. He's already got his coat on and he's ready to leave.
I mean,
Staring at
I feel like I'm more of a fun uncle, but okay.
Some might call you Bunkle.
I'm okay with this. I'm totally okay with this.
Funkle Ashley.
Funkle Ashley.
Come,
The esteemed.
come, Funkle.
The esteemed
Let us
Funkle Ashley.
find me a wife. Okay, so you go out in the square, and it's fully night at this time, and you can see like there's no sun at this point. The moon has come up over top of like the ruins off to the east. You notice that there is kind of like a reddish tint to it, as if it's not quite like full on blood red, but it's got kind of an orangey red quality to it. That doesn't seem to be alarming anyone in the current moment. And as you wander the streets, you can see that there are like these little tables that are set up here and there, and you've got like these women who are like telling fortunes. You see elsewhere, there's like a little puppet show where you can see a small little wagon has been set up with curtains, and there's a couple little kids watching it. And there's like these little there's like a crowned person of some kind that's wandering through. Oh, hello, my subjects! And then all the subjects start stabbing him and stuff. Ah! And then they say something about eating the rich. And then you can see like there's a bunch of kids. There's a bunch of people just kind of dancing around in the square, spinning with no real kind of order to it. It all kind of just seems a little bit crazy. You can see that there's a small band of like 3 or 4 people with a couple different instruments off to the side of the square dancing. There is a kind of a large statue in the middle of the town itself, where you can see that there is like a man with like his foot up on like a stone, kind of doing one of those things where he's kind of like staring out, and there's like a small animal at his side. At first it looks like a dog, but it's not a dog, but it's some small little kind of furry animal, but he's kind of staring out at the sea, presumably. What is it you're doing?
Well, clearly, what decorum dictates here is to do the twirly whirly, spin around, get a lady spinning this way, get a lady spinning that way, twirl the lad around, then switch off, get the lady locked into his arms, and then after enough of this, make sure he's got a lady on each arm, just making the biggest night possible for the little man. And then
Maybe
just
that'll
treating
fix
like
it.
a peacock whilst
Okay.
doing so.
So, give me like give me a yearning test, maybe, to see
Okay.
if you're attractive and interesting enough to get people onto your arms to be able to transfer them
Okay.
to this young,
Oh dear.
possibly devil boy.
Not
Well-
Ashley's strong suit.
On one hand, yearning is not my strong suit, but I do have garish, very expensive clothes, and I do have an expertise in yearning. Or in dancing. Sorry, not yearning.
Mhm.
I flip-flopped. I'm terrible at yearning, but I'm great at dancing.
I forgot about the expertise in dancing.
Yeah, I've got an expertise in dancing.
It comes in handy when dancing.
Yeah, when it's ball season, be an expert at dancing. Who knew? Hell yeah. Okay, so
Ooh.
there's a 3 and a 4, a 6 and a 6. You know what I'd like to do? Of the 3 and the 4, I will take my my garish clothes, turn that 3 into another 4, so that that's not
Yeah.
a stress. Now I've got my 6 and my 6,
Mhm.
and my expertise. So that's 3
bonus.
successes.
Yeah. I'm going to say that over the course of the next 20 minutes, your dancing is so impressive that you find yourself like 3 different women flock to you of all sort of different ages and body types and attractiveness and you know and charisma, but they're all kind of dancing around and laughing. And then it's at that point you're able to sort of loop Damien over into this little knot of dancing, and he comes in, and he is surprisingly good at dancing, like disturbingly good. Like he is mimicking your every movement down to the perfect precision, and he's swinging around, and the women are like, "Oh, look at this little champion here! Oh, goodness gracious!" And stuff like that. And so they all seem very taken with him. Like, "Oh, you're so talented, little boy!" And he's like, "I'm talented, little boy." And around and round and round they dance, and then you're able to slip away at that point. And so
Yeah.
he's just with 3 strange women dancing around in the middle of a square. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, his mom's totally gonna die. He deserves this.
I like how you guys do stuff, and then I just like reframe it really fast to make it sound really bad. Oh, it's so fun.
Does she need a dentist?
I mean, probably. Oh my god, she got dropped from like 100 feet up. Just, I mean, her face was like oatmeal and like some
She
twigs
just
and
doesn't look good.
some pebbles. I think she's got
There are a
like
few
5
things that
teeth
weren't
left in
broken.
her face. Do you do
I'll
the
be
thing where
over
you make the
sometime.
fake teeth?
Yes.
Actually,
Carving
yeah, I
out,
bet
like,
you
little
could call it
gems and
her.
things. Okay. Mr. Boulevard.
Mhm.
As you are wandering around, was there anything Boulevard was doing before I throw something at you?
Not in particular, just kind of perusing, seeing what's out and about.
Okay. You hear a slight commotion
Okay.
coming from the coming down a street, coming from the east. And again, the sea. So generally speaking, sea is to the west,
Mhm.
like the mountains and ruins and stuff to the east. And you see a coming down one of these small streets from the east. There is like a horse that seems to be like panicked and flailing around, and a few folks are kind of trying to calm it down, but then they kind of get knocked to the side, and you see someone go sprawling. And everyone's kind of calling out. Some folks are calling for help, and then you can see like there's 1 or 2 people get dropped down onto the ground, and the horse is. You're not sure if it's intentionally trying to stomp them, but it's moving around with such crazed, kind of a crazed behavior that it's going to hurt somebody in itself possibly. So you see this, Boulevard. Do you do anything to intervene?
So, sure. Let's see. There's is there stuff set up for like festivities and things? Is there like
Yes.
flags? And...
Yes, you got like yes, exactly. You have all sorts of like garland and flags and decoration. These beautiful little colored lamps with like this colored glass to kind of create these different effects here and there. It's a beautiful place right now.
Okay, this will go well. I want to find something.
He's
like,
gonna tear it down.
Yeah, I want to get like something particularly flammable that I could like the flag I could get lit on maybe like a sconce or something. And try and use that to scare the horse off and kind of
I like it.
Spook it with the fire.
Okay. Yeah, so you can race, you can grab some kind of some sort of banner or some kind of basic like ribbon that you pull off, and then you kind of light it on fire, you crack open one of the lanterns and you kind of get a light going, and then you just start swinging it around in front of the horse. Give me a test. Stoutness, probably.
Yeah, that's my worst. But yeah,
Make a case otherwise. I just throw out a suggestion. It's not like a requirement. You can make a case or something else.
I mean, stoutness makes sense, I think, but also I can see propriety as well.
You definitely don't want stoutness. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I'm hearing you don't.
Guessing that's your 3.
I was thinking propriety could work because he's like trying to use stuff in the environment, and he's trying. You're
going to steal something from somebody, set it on fire,
and call that propriety.
To burn down the Victorian village, and call that propriety.
Yeah, I'll roll stoutness.
When you put it that way, stoutness it is.
I like this reframing thing. This is a lot of fun. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I got a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6. So 2 fumbles and 1 success.
Okay. And were you using any expertise or items or things?
No, I don't see a good argument for any of them.
Okay.
What are your items and stuff?
I've got my dentistry tools, suspiciously potent laudanum, and my expertise is dentistry.
I mean, suspiciously potent laudanum is probably flammable, right?
It is.
I would imagine. I'm not saying you have to use it. I'm just saying, that sounds flammable to me.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. You could also, I was wondering, you didn't never mind. You did what you did. Okay. So I'll say what happens is you manage to scare the thing off of the street. And right as it's like kind of stomping around and it looks like it's about to land on some poor old woman's face, you kind of get up there, you swing this fiery ribbon, and it kind of whatever, and it starts backing its way, and you kind of corner it in this alley away from the rest of them. But in the process of doing so, like, it occasionally kind of flings around and like you'll get clipped. So it looks like you got 2 strain coming at you, I think.
I think so, yeah. I have 2 fumbles.
So kind of at one point it kind of catches you and you kind of get thrown against the side of the building, but then you hold the fire up once more and it seems to settle.
Okay.
You realize, though, as you kind of steady yourself, that your coat in your hand is covered in blood, and your face, like one side of your face that kind of got hit by the side of this horse, is just covered in blood. And you realize almost the whole part of you that got hit by the horse. Maybe you quickly check for wounds. It doesn't look like you have a wound, but you are covered in it now. You have all this hideous, like, patchy, sticky blood.
It seems like fresh blood, or
it's a little dry,
and
sticky. It doesn't seem like it's flowing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's sticky. And when you look at the horse, you do notice that the horse too seems to be coated in it as well.
Okay. I want to quickly just kind of like pat myself and make sure I'm not bleeding.
You're okay.
And then if I feel that I'm okay, then I want to look around. Is there like a trail of this blood anywhere? Or does it seem like it's pretty much only coming from the horse?
You see it in the ground, and maybe a couple people you hear like, "Where does blood come from?" People who maybe like got bumped into by the horse or something like that. It doesn't look like a trail, but definitely wherever the hooves hit the ground, especially where there's snow, you can see little bits of it for sure.
I kind of want to move towards the horse then. Now that it's kind of calmed down, I'll have my hands up and
It's calming down.
Yeah. Try and get up to it and see if it's got like a wound or something on it, or like let's see if where that blood's coming from on the horse.
You start taking a look at it. Would we say at this point, Jeremy, that Mr. Higginbottom has kind of caught up as well? Did you want to be part of this too?
Yeah, sure. I've kind of stepped back because I want to. Basically, I'm trying to make sure like Damien's getting his time. I step back, and maybe I even actually just bumble into you oafishly, like walking backwards.
He's just spinning around like in circles with these three other women, and he's like, "I am in want of a wife," and around and around.
This world's gonna ruin him. He'll have fun now.
So you come to this alleyway, you see your friend covered in blood. You see this horse that is whimpering a bit. And you see your friend is kind of looking at the horse. And I would say no roll necessary, Phineas. You don't see a wound of severity that would have resulted in the amount of blood. Instead, what you see, it's like the horse is entirely coated in blood. Like you might see a small scratch here or a small scratch there, but you don't see anything like a big gash or anything like that. But nonetheless, the horse's head, the mane, its fur, everything seems to have just been smeared and smothered in blood.
Okay. That's unsettling. Is the horse like, does it have like a saddle? Does it look like it was a part of the festivities? It looks like it was part of the carriage. Like, where does it look like this horse came from?
Yeah, it has like harness. It has its harness stuff. Everything's kind of slightly off scants and like hanging to the side. Maybe it was dragging part of it. It should have had a rider, no doubt, but it doesn't appear to be right now. It doesn't appear to have one.
How fancy does this stuff that's attached to it? Like, there's a big difference between the saddle that, somebody, improper would ride and the saddle somebody proper would ride. And, there's been all these puppet shows about, rah, 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 stab, that sort of thing. It's like, maybe, was this a fancy saddle? Is this maybe like somebody fancy blood on this fancy horse?
Give me a propriety test as you get a little closer to take a look at the saddle.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, propriety.
It's dangerous because you're coming up to a frightened horse.
Okay. I'll do that. I will.
Once gets kicked in the face.
Yeah. Maybe because I am coming up on the horse. I've got my cane. I've got Charcuterie's cane out in front of me that I'll hold out to kind of keep just that little bit of distance. Just that little bit of.
Okay.
And my propriety's a 2. It's not terrible.
Sure. You got this.
Okay. Well, there's a 1, a 3, and a 4 and a 4. So.
Oh.
That's bad.
Cane. Well, the cane will get you to a 5.
That'll get me to a 5.
That's
which
a success.
I could, yeah.
And then just take one straight back.
It's a hit.
Yeah, take one
straight back. You get up and like as you're looking at the saddle and you're like wiping away a little smear of blood because you realize there's like an insignia you're trying to see. The horse like kind of suddenly rears back, and maybe you just kind of get lashed with one of the snapped reins. Nothing too terrible, and you're able to quickly stumble back. But what you recognize in that moment is you see the insignia of the Marquis of Reeves. The man who this is not just the seat of his territory, but like you're in his region, Reeves, like you are within Reeves right now. And Calumet on Sea is sort of a town within his domain.
Well, fuck me sideways, dog. Look at this. That's the Marquis horse.
Makes sense why its teeth are so nice.
Even the horse.
Yes. Okay. Where's its rider? Where's he at?
That's a good question. I mean, it came running here. That means it was coming from that way. Guess. So
I want to try and figure out. I kind of try and backtrack where it came from and originally trampled through.
Yeah, if you want
asking
to.
people,
Okay.
In the town that saw it.
People to like hold the point. Those who saw it came from that way. And, oh yeah, further that way, that way, that way. And like you can see, they're all pointing you further and further east, and eventually out of town. So, do you want to keep tracking it out of town for a ways?
I feel like I'd get to the edge of town, and it's pretty late at night at this point. You said, right? It was like
It is. It's night. Yeah, it's nighttime for sure.
I feel like I'd get to the edge of town and kind of look at Ashley and be like, "Well, keeps going that way. Do you suppose there's someone that really needs help, or
we could
is this a tomorrow
go-
problem?"
Here's the thing. We could go outside the town trying to find out what happened. Or, we don't need to carry the whole horse. That's ridiculous. But this is clearly the Marquis' saddle.
Mhm.
And the only proper thing to do with such a fine horse is to deliver it to the estimatable host, right? And our estimatable host, the Marquis, is going to have the best drinks. We fill it up on the cheap drinks. We deliver the Marquis' horse. Now we get the fancy drinks. And we see the fancy twirly-whirly. And they're going to bring the best of the entertainers to his thing.
I like it.
Okay. So see the two of you begin ushering the horse as best you can, keeping it calm, still covered in that tacky, just drenched in blood, towards the Cartographers Guild Hall, where the estimable Marquis is, along with his various guests. We'll cut back inside where we see two of those guests who are friends, and they're sitting there with the mayor, Aubrey Penfield, and with Captain Benjamin Crawford of the Royal Navy. And we see that the Marquis of Reeves is coming around and eventually cycles to your table. Old man, like impossibly old. Like you can't even get an age on him, but it's shocking how smooth and easily he moves throughout the room. He doesn't seem to have any trouble whatsoever, despite what is, at first glance, a very aged appearance. But he approaches your table, and he says, Mayor Aubrey Penfold, so good of you to come. And like your date, Charlotte, Mayor Aubrey, gets up, comes over, and like is like genuflecting, and he's like reaching his hand out to grab that of the Marquis, and he says, "So very thank you for the invitation, Marquis. Let me take this opportunity to introduce you to my date for this evening, Miss Charlotte." And then he leans over. He's like, "I'm sorry, what was your family name again?"
Harrison.
Harrison. And so the Marquis will reach out, and when he's got these kind of long fingernails, and he reaches out and he grabs your hand, and he kind of pulls you close a little bit so he can see into your eyes, and he says, "Harrison, your name sounds unfamiliar. Who are your parents? What does your father do?"
Well, they are my mother, Grace. She's quite busy in the philanthropy, as it were, and my father, George, is a attorney.
An attorney? For what firm?
Well, Harrison and Sons, of course.
You have brothers, then?
Yes, sir.
Kind of eyes you up. And he pulls like from his coat pocket like a small little like monocle and looks through it. I dare say to you, Mayor, Aubrey, you fool, you have been swindled. This one has no right to be here. She has the stench of scandal on her. Please escort her from my halls this instant. And you can see no.
Whatever do you mean?
Of course not. And I need you to make a test to try to talk your way out of getting tossed out on your ass by the estimable Marquis of Reeves' very large and very angry looking assistants.
Okay. Well, I would imagine I have never heard such nonsense in my life. My father has quite the book of incredibly high-placed clients that he has worked with, and we have, in fact, earned our place right next to all of those clients ourselves. And she's got this mink stole, which is her mother's, actually, but is a very expensive stole that she has on. And
you speak in generalities, mistress, and I imagine that stole is something that you, in fact, robbed of a woman of leisure in esteemed quality. I will not have such filth.
This is my mother's. It was an anniversary gift from my father.
Your lies seem to be unending. Aubrey, out with her this instant.
Go ahead and roll a test.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anything would work.
Propriety, I think, makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can, if you wanted to punch him or something like that.
No. It's definitely propriety. I think I was
in the throat.
Thinking about going to the end, and we have for 2 generations been a part of the Worcestershire Polo Club. So I'm trying to draw an equestrian.
The Worcestershire Polo Club.
They are not a polo club, you dim-witted fool. They make wonderful steak sauces.
Okay, so I rolled a 1, a 4, a 4, and a 5. So because I have my expertise, I had a hit. And then the mink stole moves one of the 4s to a 5. So I'll take both of those and take the strain back.
Okay. You need 2 hits to succeed on this.
I have 2. So 1 for my expertise and 1 from the item, switching a 4 to a 5.
Okay, got it. So you're good.
Yeah.
And do you still take the strain back?
I do.
Or do you? Okay. All right. She moves so fast. I can't see the roll. I can't walk through it.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. And you shout this back to him. And he recoils and he says,
there is no earthly way one such as you, a streetwalker, would ever grace the halls of the Worcestershire Polo Club.
He is going to attack you back. You are actually engaged with a danger currently.
Okay.
In fact, he is a schemer, which is a new class.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's going to make a manipulate test against you.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's going to make a manipulate test against... he's going to be up against both of you, unfortunately, because neither of you are esteemed, and you're going to have to do a yearning test to defend. And so he'll say,
Aubrey, Captain Crawford, are you so bereft of charm and decency that you would stoop so low on the social ladder to bring the street filth into my halls on this most hallowed occasion? Could you not do better? Were there not decent ladies of culture that you could have brought into these halls themselves? Look at this one. She simply cannot even dance.
he's kind of pointing at your lamp. So a manipulate test what he's trying to do, what a manipulate kind of does is it plays around with that standing bit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you defend against this ability, the hits required to pass the test increase by +1 for each tier of difference in standing between you and this guy, which means you would need to you both need 3 hits basically to pass a yearning test to try to, I don't know, maybe talk your dates into defending you or whatever you want it to be.
Sure.
Okay, well, while we're putting that together, I'm going to welcome in. We've had a couple different raids. Most frequently, Lies You'll Enjoy. Welcome in. And earlier we had a raid from Reflect Games. So welcome both of you.
Reflect Games, Lies You Enjoy. Thank you so much. It's very awesome. Appreciate it. We are playing a little indie game I made, and yeah, we are in a kind of like a Victorian Regency sort of setting, and I'm about to hurt some people.
I am going to say, my Aubrey dear, the besmirching that he is doing to my name and my family's name. If you went to the polo club, you would see ribbons in my name. The last 3 years of my junior status, I took first prize, and you know that this is, you would not put on your arm anyone who was less than. You know you would not.
I like you know for 45 minutes.
I know, but
you approached him on the street.
I'm nothing but confident and full of yearning.
It's like that sunk cost fallacy thing, though. Like, you can't admit that you made a bad choice.
I am.
What did you roll?
All right. So same things for expertise and item. Nope. That was a poop roll. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 3.
Okay. A 1, a 2, a 3.
So those are
okay,
all
good.
misses, basically. Like I can not take the strain back from the 1. But
it's okay. Failure works a little differently for manipulate. It's not like you would harass from it. So I'll talk about that in a second. Let's hear what Maitre has to say with Sylvia.
So I'd like to use my appropriate item, which is that perfumed handkerchief, and sort of like touch it to my to myself and look kind of like fragile and besmirched and very ladylike, and she's gonna say, Marquis, I must object. My father, Lord Asher, runs a shipping company and with merchant sailors, and that is how I met Captain Crawford many months ago. And I rolled 2 6s, a 3, and a 2. If you let me use my item, maybe I can move the 2 to a 3.
That's a fail.
It is.
As you need three hits, so moving that isn't going to affect you in this case. And he turns to look at you.
Your father is Lord Asher.
Yes.
I trust you realize that it's a title he has put upon himself. No one in power has granted him that. He is a smuggler and a whore. And he trades upon the decent sailors and merchants of the peninsula as he is some infectious tick, and I will not have his brood bespeckling my halls.
Both of you will take strain, because you both failed, equal to your propriety.
My propriety is 1.
Mine is 2.
Okay, so you take. Okay, so both of you take that much strain, and not only that, and so mechanically, what happens is his threshold goes up by that same number.
Oh no!
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
So he's
looking very affronted.
Are we getting thrown out on our asses?
Offended.
And so your dates are just like, my dear Miss Jaja, I'm so very sorry for this display. Perhaps it is best that we take our leave and we find a
a venue more suitable to ourselves, and let the esteemed Marquis frequent his guests. And so he's like trying to like urge you to back away. You don't have to, but that's what he is attempting to do right now. And I'll say Aubrey is looking to you, Charlotte, with a horrified look on his face, because he's extraordinarily embarrassed in this moment. And he says, Marquis, I beg your 1,000 pardons. This was, it was my son. Yes, it was Darius again. She is a friend of his, and she was meant to spend the evening, but he, as he does, ran off, and he has. I thought it the gentlemanly thing to do. I don't care about your son. He is filth. You must cut him off if you wish to continue in your current position. Now, off with you. And he kind of makes a motion, and like you can feel Captain Crawford is like gently trying to like steer you away. You do not have to follow him. And then the mayor is like watching as like one of the Marquis's like guests, one of his servants comes over and intersperses themselves between you, Charlotte, and this old man. Sylvie, you haven't taken an action. We're technically in mechanical order here. So is there something that you would want to do, Sylvia? You don't have to leave. You can. But if there's something else you wanted to, you certainly can do that as well.
Just narratively, I think she picks up her goblet of wine, and it looks like she's about to throw it in his face, but she looks over to Captain Crawford and she's like, perhaps we should leave. It is clear that I am not welcome here. I will hope that you will do the gentlemanly thing and leave with me.
And of course. And he like offers his arm. Let us retire to a more suitable venue for our continued enjoyment this evening.
And Charlotte is looking sort of pleadingly at the two of them as she's about to be escorted out solo.
Yes, Miss Charlotte, please come with us. Of course, it would not be. Yes.
Thank you. You're so kind. And she'll take the other shoulder.
Yeah.
The other elbow.
And the mayor just at this point is like apologizing towards the Marquis and has completely ditched you. Charlotte,
yeah.
As you two
not that she's earned anything better, so it's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so the two of you get led out in embarrassment, in scandal, in front of everyone. And as you come out the door, there you see, walking up to the entranceway, you see your old pal, Ashley Higginbottom, that you would both recognize from your time with Damien's.
Hey, Christo, Sophia, good to see you.
He's so bad with names.
Yeah.
Asshole.
When it is Sylvia and Charlotte, and this is Captain Crawford.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Are you? What happened to that horse? And Charlotte is an equestrian, so she will look past the other human that's there, and
and we'll say Phineas has like got the horse by like has been leading him here, so like maybe you have control and rush over.
And at some point in the interim, I would have asked Damien I would have just left him in the crowd.
Okay, all right.
I would have at least called to him and like if he paid attention.
Okay, so he's with you. He's with you. Sure. Okay.
I was just going to ask, like, did you bring him? Did you bring him?
Okay, so he's walking behind, and he says, "Hello, Crystal. Hello, Sophia.
Hello, hello, young boy.
I am in want of a wife.
I mean, these two are pretty amazing. She's already widowed, you know. I'm so sorry.
I can't help it.
Charlotte is
just
kind of
instinctive.
breezing past this, like she didn't really want to have to entertain the young one anyway. Whatever happened to this poor creature? What it appears to be covered entirely in blood. Which,
Don't know. It's the Marquis horse, and the blood is old. That means somebody did something to somebody that wasn't the horse, and that's pretty nasty business. And like being the estimatable citizens that we are, we want to make the Marquis aware of the situation and deliver this finely indentured. Is that the word for good teeth? Indentured. This finely indentured horse back to the owner.
Well, we just met with the Marquis, and he's not particularly charitable. Is perhaps the most
he can go
diplomatic
stuff his
way
head in a
to-
bucket for all I care. Is a very rude person.
Yes. You might be better off going to the stables directly.
Well, just hold him, her, and she's kind of checking gender of the horse. Hold him still. Let me take a closer look.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make a test. Make a test.
And so I've got my
See what you see.
and so you kind of see her kind of step back into a shadow a little bit, and kind of underneath, the long, skirt and all that, she's got kind of the riding crop that she kind of keeps kind of within kind of the brace that she's got. So I want to kind of add the crop and equestrian expertise to this role.
Ooh, yeah, equestrian expertise.
Go for it. There's no obvious
Can I
horrific
assist
wounds
with my dentistry?
Yeah, I think you can. And you help, and you kind of already did like a quick once over. So you're checking the teeth.
Yeah.
Teeth look good. Teeth look good. Brushes twice a day.
This horse is well indentured.
Yes.
What am I rolling?
Probably propriety, I think. I think that makes the most sense.
Okay. I rolled a 1, a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6. And my propriety is a
4
2.
and a 6.
So I have
4 and a 6 are good.
yeah, so I'm gonna turn the 2 into a 3 with my horse crop item, and then I've got an expertise. So I've got 2 fumbles and 3 hits.
Okay. You only need 1 hit. So you can cancel out those fumbles. You don't notice any, like I said, large wounds that would be responsible for how much blood is coating this thing. Because it, like, now that you have it in the light, the lanterns of the guild hall, it very much looks like this thing is red, like it's a red horse, because of how much blood has been covering it. You do notice that there are bite marks, though, like little bite marks here and there. And I would say our esteemed dentist here, they look like bite marks that aren't, like, they're not like a wild animal. They, like, you can actually see in some cases they like a molar or something like that. They almost look human like. They don't look like the sharp teeth of like a wild bear or Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, sir, you're
the
giving me a
horse was
hint.
bit.
I much appreciate it. I didn't quite catch your name.
Oh yes, Phineas Boulevard. I'm a dentist.
Oh, well, very nice to meet you. I am Miss Charlotte Harrison.
He's
Nice
very
to meet you as
eligible.
well. You also have wonderful teeth.
Well, thank you. You're too kind. But I'm sorry, were you saying that someone bit this horse? Like a human?
Yes. Could you open your mouth a little bit? It wasn't you.
Oh no, it most certainly was not feet. But are you trying to get a size estimate of whether
Yes.
the mouse was a male or female, perhaps?
Yes.
So she
Looks like a rather larger bite.
it's had a pretty bad night already. So
Actually-
she's like, why not? So she'll kind of go over it.
Yeah. As you see her pretend to bite the horse, you can tell that her mouth is bigger than the bite itself. They look like and then you look down at Damien for a second, and it occurs to you that it almost looks like the bite radius of maybe a child.
Okay.
Oh no.
While we're considering that, welcome Raiders from Neon Lights Roleplay. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for that raid. Oh, it's
Stupid
fantastic.
horse
Playing a little game.
Sort of nephew.
Yeah, we got like a little kid, bit of horse or something. What's going on? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Doctor. You said that mouth is smaller than mine.
Yes. It's kind of the size of maybe a child's bite.
Oh, it's little Damien. Oh, hello, child.
I know there's been no horse biting here. He's in want of a wife, not in want of a horse bite.
You weren't off biting any horses, no?
I was off dancing with prospective wives.
Oh, weren't you now?
I mean, he's pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
Actually, you're amazing.
I am amazing.
Well, did you go off and see where this horse had been stabled or posted?
You know, we got an idea of where it had come from. It looked like it was going to go way off outside of town, and it was already dark. And so we thought, the estimatable thing to do would be to let the Lord Marquis know that such unwarranted action had taken place upon his indentured horseflesh.
Well, maybe we can just take the horse back to the stables and compare it with the other horses, and maybe somebody there knows who was riding this one.
But also, like to take a bucket of water to this creature and give it a good brush down.
Either way, let's take it to the stables and we can do all of those things there. Or you can do all of those things there.
Gentlemen, if you were trying to get an invite into that, it's not worth your time.
I mean, I don't know. This
Captain
kid
Crawford.
really needs a good wife.
I need a good wife.
Right.
Captain Crawford will speak up, and he'll be like, "Well, whereabouts did you say the horse came from? I could return to the offices and get a few good, strong lads, and we could go investigating. In which direction?"
Down around that way. There's the statue over there with the guy who's got kind of a crick in his neck this way, right? Over there.
Yes.
We was there. It came from us. What was that? Would you say it was South Woodley, Doc, that the horse came from?
Yes. On the other side of where the festivities were downtown.
Are you sure it wasn't east?
Maybe it was east.
I have a strange feeling, perhaps, that east was mentioned multiple times.
Eat
My
slide.
grandmother was a fortune teller, and it skips a generation. I think I have a bit in the blood. He'll turn.
I feel like it may have been east out of town. I don't know why. I just have this feeling.
I have the feeling. That is why you and I are meant for each other. We both seem to have this sixth sense for cardinal directions.
Incredible. You are
Yes.
so brave.
Oh. Hey, Sophia,
So-
he's a catch.
Hi, Sophia. He's a catch.
And so the captain will say to you, "Would you mind if I put our evening on hold?
I can fetch a few men right now, and we can go looking. You and your friends here could tend to the horse, and I could inquire about where perhaps it came from and where its rider might be.
Only if you can make a promise to me that this will not be the last time I see you this evening.
Of course, yes. Save a dance for me, yes. And then
Chicken
he'll like
flashes and lets him go.
Okay. And then he disappears. Okay. And do you guys want to go like around to the stables
Yeah.
and such, like on the other side?
And
Right.
Sophia fully exhales because she was holding her gut in.
As one does.
As one does.
You don't have like a corset? They build things. for them.
Still.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, so you start leading the horse around the guild hall towards the stables, and then you hear a gunshot go off and the sound of a scream. Ah! What in that? Ah! From the direction that Captain Benjamin Crawford just went off in, towards the Royal Navy. What do you guys do?
How soon after he left did we hear that?
Like 2 minutes.
Huh.
So he's like maybe a couple blocks. You hear a gunshot ring out. You hear a call for help.
Sylvia is moving and is giving very pointed looks to Ashley and Phineas to follow.
Yeah, we go after.
Okay, right.
You start
They could have been hitting the teeth. They
going
made me.
after.
This is what men
Uh,
do, Damien. We rush to help.
Goodbye. He turns around and goes back to dancing. No. He comes with. He comes with. Okay. So you rush to help? Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if Charlotte does. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I would say Charlotte wants to find like a fence post or something to kind of like wrap, a lead or something that's around this horse, just to try to keep it from kind of bolting too far and adding to the chaos.
We'll say maybe. Okay, got it. So you're lingering a little bit behind. The three of you, Damien and Toe, round the corner in the direction that you saw Captain Crawford going. And as you turn the corner, you see in the alleyway that would lead over to where the naval offices are, you see there is a body on the ground that is dressed in royal finery. You most likely for a moment, Sylvia, probably think it's Captain Crawford, but you realize quite quickly he is too rotund, and it is not him, but rather the man who had greeted you earlier that evening. And then, more to the point, you see standing on the far side of the man, there's kind of a gun scattered off to the side, broken in two. You see that there is a small figure, perhaps 3 to 4 feet tall, standing, lurching over top of the body itself, which has a huge gash down the middle of it. And like this, it almost looks like this hunched over, like skinny person. And you can see like their arms are like directly in the torso of this rotund man. And it's like fixing and moving things around, and it looks up and it sees you all and it goes, and then it pulls something out of the body and puts it over top of its head. And you see blood just dripping down. And it kind of reaches down and it pulls out some kind of sickle or knife. And it starts scrambling in your direction as we're in a confrontation.
Oh boy.
Which one of you do you think would go first?
Fuck.
As it's charging at you, this thing with this sharp knife and a bloody red cap hanging on its head.
Okay, gotta step in front of the kid. So yes, okay. It's got
Okay, so you step in front of the kid. You hear like, gotta step in front of the kid. And then he steps in front of you, and then you step in front of him, and it's just round and around you go.
oh,
That's
shit.
right.
Okay.
Sword cane.
Yep. I don't think I can really call upon my expertise of dancing here, but The Hickenbottoms are stout lads, and I have both a sword cane and a cat of nine tails. So I'll lash out with the cat of nine tails to try and try and wrap around the hand that has the blade, to kind of like pull it in one direction, and then also then lunge out with the sword cane once I've kind of like yanked him off kilter a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe
So you get 2 items.
stoutness?
I like it. Yeah, I think stoutness makes more sense.
Hey, well, I'm really good at stoutness. How about that? Stoutness with 2 items.
Look at you. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Shame you need 7 hits to hit this thing.
God
only.
damn it. Okay. Well, I'll take my 6 and my
What'd you get?
5, and then I've got a 4, which will turn into a 6, and my 3 that'll turn into a 5. It's gonna be 4 hits.
How does your 3 turn into a 5? You've got 2 items.
2 items.
But your 4 turned into a 5. So you use one of your items to bump a 4.
Right. Oh, you can only turn 1? I thought it was a +2 to each.
Each item gives you a +1.
To
so
one
I've
roll.
got, and you're using 2
I've
items,
had
right?
Ninetails, and Cat Ninetails is what I had before, and I have the charcuterie
Let's do it.
sword cane.
I know.
get 2
so you have
plus
the cane,
ones.
but that's
Yeah.
2 items. So you have 2 plus
2
1.
plus
two
one.
So
plus
you-
ones. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought
Or 1
it's
plus
not. So
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's where I misunderstood. I thought it was 2.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You still got 3 hits.
I'll take 3
You
hits.
still can get 3 hits. Out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
You come charging up, and like it's like charging at you, blood dripping down from its head. You swing at it, kind of swirls around a bit. You stab it, and you hear it go. As you definitely get a good thrust into it, it will obviously retaliate. It's going to do a kill attack, and it's going to target the most recent PC.
Oh dear.
And you're going to have to use your propriety. Quick thinking. How does quick thinking get you out of this equation? As it swings back with this like bloody sickle in your direction.
Oh, gosh.
You manage to get good, but it quickly like rips the blade of the sword cane out, spins around you, and tries to hack away at your legs. Quick thinking. What do you think you do?
Okay. So part of quick thinking is he's trying to put on a show so that it's not too scary for the kid. So he's going to continue to use the cat of nine tails as this thing kind of comes at him, and he turns it into almost a swing dancing sort of thing where he like swings it out one direction to swing it away from the attack and then twirls away. It's really nothing that bad. This guy's just off his rocker. There's strange strings here. Don't worry about it, Damien. It's all fine. Twirly whirly. Totally normal. Oh, shit. Stop. No.
All right, give it a roll.
Okay. So I'll try to use my dancing and my cat of nine tails.
I'll give you one of the two, I think, because I feel like the dancing is a dancing thing, but then if you're using the cat of nine tails, now you're doing like an attack, which is no longer
Yeah.
dancing. So I feel like one or the
I'll go
other
with the
works.
dancing because I use the cat of nine tails.
Yeah, that makes
and-
sense. It's a
I feel like mixing
Yeah.
dancing with propriety sounds fun.
yeah, and it's also like you're hot stepping and moving around. It's
Yeah.
like darting between your legs, trying to hack. So I think dancing makes perfect sense.
Okay. Well, I've got a 6 and a 4 and a 3 and a 2. My propriety is
Okay.
a 2. So
Okay,
so I've
you've got 2 hits with your expertise in the 6,
Mhm.
and then you've got a fumble with the 2.
Yeah.
So you either
I could get one
this
success.
is a kill
and-
attack. Yeah, this is a kill attack, so you probably don't want that fumble to go through.
Yeah, I don't want that
Probably
fumble to go
cancel that.
through. No.
Okay, so you hop around and you manage to like dodge out of the way of the slashes, and it maybe there's like superficial cuts, or maybe it like slashes like your pant leg, but it doesn't quite break the skin, so you succeed and you cancel your fumble, but you don't continue to advance the threshold. So you don't really get like a counter attack off, but you avoid taking any damage. The rest of you see as Sir Ashley Hickenbottom bravely steps forward to meet this bloody creature that's again 3 to 4 feet tall and is moving and cackling, blood dripping, fresh blood from the body of this poor naval officer dripping down from its head, and is now in this weird little melee, darting between the legs of Ashley, trying to cut those legs down. Which one of you would like to go next?
Can I try and use my handkerchief to trip this thing up? Like, wrap around its ankles to try and trip it? Or one leg to try and trip
It's a
it?
pretty big handkerchief. I assume, probably.
I
Yeah.
was thinking it's just regular handkerchief, so, but,
Maybe it's like one of those throw it down and get it at the right time and it slips on it. Because,
Ooh.
oh, maybe, yeah,
because
yeah.
if it's like satin or silky,
that
yeah,
would,
maybe
that
we'll say that.
works so much better. Yeah,
Cool, I like it.
yeah.
Okay, so, and then what do you want to roll for this? What do you think?
I feel like it has to be stoutness.
Okay, it's just the physical, active, like
Yeah.
timing. Because I think propriety is more like the thinky stuff.
Totally.
Yearning is more of the feely stuff, and then
totally.
stoutness is like the physical stuff. So I feel like you can make a
completely-
case for propriety or stoutness with
You
this.
think so? I don't know. It feels like
It's the timing
stoutness
of
to
it.
me, and it's my lowest. So that's
Okay.
I think what I'm gonna do.
Go for it.
It's like your worst. When you say lowest, do you mean your
Yeah.
worst?
My
Worst,
worst.
yeah.
I'm sorry. My
Okay.
worst. My
That makes sense.
variety is my best.
Got it. All right, give it a roll.
That is a 6, a 5, and a 4, and a 2 with 1 item. So I'll take the 2 up to a 3 with 2 successes.
The two won't. The two going to a 3 shouldn't affect you if you've got. If stoutness is your worst at 3, moving the 2 to a 3 doesn't help you.
Oh no!
The 4 to a 5 does.
Oh,
Because remember,
great.
if your stoutness is 3, that means that anything that's equal or under a 3 is bad. So just moving a 2 to a 3 doesn't help. But moving that 4 to a 5 with your item would help, because that means you now have 3 hits and a 1
Awesome.
fumble.
I would love to do that then.
Okay. And I assume use one of your extra hits to cancel the fumble.
Please.
Okay. Which means you have 2 more to trip it up. And that's exactly what you do. It's dancing around, slashing, and you just kind of time it at the right point, right as its foot steps back. And as its foot, which was looking for like the muddy, icy road, instead it catches like this silky little handkerchief, and it just sends it kind of overextending its leg as it steps backwards. It will retaliate, as that was very good, but it's still up and still ready to do some things. It's going to be another kill attack.
Oh gosh,
God dang.
it's dangerous.
It is a brute, which means it does get some kill attacks.
Sure.
So.
It does have a sickle, so
and
yeah.
it is, yeah. This one's going to target recent PC, so it's going to lunge at Sylvia,
Sure.
and you need to defend with your stoutness.
Oh.
It's lunging at you instead, as it's got this sickle coming up at you.
Okay.
Kill attack. This is
That
dangerous.
is-
If anybody wants to help her, you could take a
I'm
strain
going to
and help
assist.
her.
I'm already up in the mix.
Okay.
I mean, I've already got like the cat of nine tails kind of wrapped around one of its arms. As it lashes out at her, I
Sure.
yank back.
Yeah. And you kind of lose your own balance maybe and take a strain in the process and
Mhm.
kind of like tumble a bit. So take your strain. And then for the assist, Maitre, that means you get to roll an extra die.
Okay.
And now you'll also count 4s as hits. So go ahead and
Okay.
give your defense a roll.
Okay, so I got a 5, a 3, 4, 4, 1.
Okay.
Those force count.
So
Yes.
Thank
Your
you,
4s
Jeremy.
count.
Thank you.
that's
Jeremy.
3 hits. The 4, the 5 are hits. The 3 and the 1 are fumbles.
Yeah.
So do you want to cancel those out with
Yeah,
your
can
extra
I
hits?
just eat them?
Yep. And that means with your remaining hit, you're able to dodge out of the way. And as he's kind of redirected, as he lunges out at you, the cat of nine tails kind of just redirects him just enough to give you that extra bit of
Hell
extra bit of
yes.
time to step out of the way. And it just kind of lands down where you once were, stabbing into the ground as it was going to slash
Hell
into you.
yes. Thank you, Jeremy.
Nice job,
We turn
Sophia.
to such an asshole. Phineas or Charlotte?
I want to try to kind of distract it, maybe, and because he's not exactly stout.
Okay.
But maybe just kind of, I guess I'm trying to leverage yearning for like,
Yeah.
drawing its attention,
Yeah.
being loud, any sort of thing to
Yearning can be like a taunt.
Yeah.
You could taunt it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
love
think
that.
if you wanted to
Absolutely.
call it a name or taunt it in some way,
Mhm.
I think Yearning would totally
You have
play into that.
horrible teeth.
And as it turns to look at you, you see it's a mixture of like a couple of missing teeth, but then a lot of normal looking teeth. But then there's like one or two like snaggletooths or something like that as well. Sorry, Jeremy.
That's okay. Everybody hates a snaggletooth.
You do.
All right. And I've got 3366. Okay.
3 3s.
Okay.
So-
3 3 6 6. Okay, 2 6s.
Yep.
That's great. Putting them both towards the
Yeah.
towards the
I'll
threshold.
throw both at the threshold.
It turns to you, eyes red with anger. You can see blood dripping down from this soggy hat that's sitting atop its head. And with the last of its strength, it's going to lunge out and try to get one more attack in before it perishes. This one's going to be harass. This one's going to target. No one's got wounds yet, right?
No.
Correct.
Okay, so I think what it's gonna do is it's gonna kind of jump up and climb like some nearby crates and just use its sickle to like hack away at some of the icicles on the eave that start raining down on all of you, since it's gonna be targeting all of you, since all of you have the same amount of wounds. And then that means all of you need to roll stoutness in defense to try to dodge the falling icicles. This is a harass attack too, so it's not going to kill you. It's just going to...
That's going to be one.
I'm going to say that I'm going to try to pull this mink stole up over my head as these fall.
Okay. Gotcha.
What kind of attack is this?
This is a harass attack, so it's just going to be strain coming back at you.
I'm going to take one strain, which puts me at a wound.
Okay. So maybe you just get like one of them kind of catches you like a glancing cut down. Nothing that's going to kill you necessarily, but enough to leave a stinging wound. It's going to need stitches. Melissa, how did you do?
I rolled
With,
horribly. I rolled a 1,
sure.
a 2, a 2, and a 4. So I'm going to change with the
Oh,
item.
dear.
I'm going to change the 4 to a 5 so I can cancel out one of the fumbles, but that still leaves me with 2 fumbles.
2 fumbles and a fail, which means you're going to take 3 strain.
Yeah, which means that I am taking a wound.
You too. One of these icicles that manages to scrape down falls and pierces maybe the top of your shoulder or something like that. It's both.
Does your scar?
I'm not gonna call it into play here. So like it could have, for sure, it could have.
Okay.
But I think narratively it doesn't quite play how I did it. So I'm just gonna hold on to the scar
It's up to you.
for next time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally whenever you want to use it. You get it once per scenario. So if you don't want to use it now, then you can always save it till. It's only your first wound. You still got 2 more.
Yep.
So, okay. How about Ashley? How did Ashley Higginbottom do, Jeremy? You're muted there, buddy.
Well, shoot. Okay. 6532. My stoutness is 1. No fumbles. 2 successes.
Phenomenal. Do you want to use the extra success towards the threshold?
Yeah. Like he dodges out of one, maybe
Okay.
shoulder checks it or something like that.
Okay. Fantastic. And then finally, how did Sylvia do?
My stoutness is 3. And I got a 6 for a 3 and a 3. So I'll eat 1 fumble, but I'm left with 1.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to take 2 strain because you got 2 fumbles, 1 hit, and then you also need to pass the test. So no matter however you play it, you're taking 2 strain. Okay. So you two are getting kind of like, so the 3 of you all get hit by some of these shards of ice that are raining down on you, but the heroic, the dashing
Estimatable.
the estimatable Ashley Higginbottom charges in, shoulder checks this creature into the wall, and it goes bouncing off the wall down to the ground. It goes to get up to swing again, but right as it does, we watch as an icicle just falls, pierces through its head, and comes out its mouth and pins its head to the ground. And it is dead.
Nice shot.
Ooh.
What on earth was that?
It appears to be a child.
I'm sorry, we just did battle with a small child?
Yes, a feral one.
Sevia's looking over at the man. He helped me find Captain Crawford before. And we'll move over to him.
You move over, he is dead as can be. He was gutted completely by this creature. You don't see Captain Crawford, but you definitely see this man. You're standing over top of him. Those of you might be looking at the body of this creature. You realize the face doesn't quite look like a child. It almost has like pointed ears and a pointy nose, like almost like an elvish quality to it in some ways. The blood dripping down like fresh blood from the body of this naval man. And as you're standing over top of it, you suddenly hear the sounds of gunfire elsewhere throughout the town, screams for help, as it seems it is not just this alleyway where one of these creatures is attacking, but elsewhere across the festivities. And that is where we're going to go ahead and stop for tonight. We'll pick up on that next time around.
Oh my goodness.
You guys know what it was? You guys know what it was, right? You guys are smart. Right? What is it? What? You guys never heard of Redcaps before?
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Chat.
But you asked if we were smart. I'm going to say no to that.
Yeah.
What's a Redcap?
No, they're so fun. They're incredibly fun.
They're psychotic goblin fae elvish creatures
nice.
of myth,
Like
folklore.
nice.
They
Murder
soak
hobo
their
gnomes.
hats and
I'm
psychopathic gnomes.
They're so fun.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
they're red caps because they wear red hats, and they're red because they soak their hats. In the blood of
that's
their
so
victims.
cool.
They're
Oh, dear.
super cool.
Yeah. So I have a series of like creation tables for ball season. So I rolled randomly, and this was one of the adversaries you guys got to face.
Hell
So
yes.
excited.
Ooh.
It's very fun. So you got to face your first one. All right. So that's the first time. You all can go ahead and take your recovery. By the way, why don't we do that now? So that was, in fact, a competent. So all of you can recover one strain,
Yay.
assuming you have it to recover.
I do.
I was hoping
That's
to
okay.
leverage my extra recovery, but I took a wound, so it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Oh, did
Yeah.
it not?
All about the timing. All about the
Yeah.
timing.
If you've already taken the wound,
Yeah.
then
Wow.
it's gone at that point. So yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Well, that is it for us. Let's go ahead and do a couple quick closing plugs and we'll get on out of here. My Trey, I'm going to toss it to you. Where can we find you on the internet?
My three plays games on YouTube where I make system agnostic or multi-system development content that centers the GM and player experience.
Fantastic. I know, Joe, DOK, Diviners of Cobalt. I'm not sure what your schedule is for this week, but if you guys are playing, but
Yeah, I think we're playing Friday at least. I'm not sure about Wednesday. I think Chuck's running Skin City this Friday. I'm not
oh, nice,
sure
right on.
about Wednesday.
Okay. But normally Wednesdays, Fridays, I think is your usual schedule, but
Yeah.
sounds like Friday this week. Awesome. As for us, next thing we got is tomorrow night. We can watch Kipser run us through some Hardwired Island. It's our cyberpunk millennial game. We're going to try to treat with interpretive dance with some crazy robotic worms. Thursday, we've got Legend of the Mist, where I attacked them with a crocodile, and Jeremy bit the crocodile in the ass. So it's good times. And Friday, I don't know if we have anything on stream on Friday. I think we're doing something, but I think it's off stream. And then Saturday, Call of Cthulhu, where my Trey pissed me off, so I TPK'd everyone. And so we're going to meet our new investigators. We'll see how it goes. But that's it for us. Thank you for all the rates tonight. Melissa, do you have all the rates?
Yeah,
Do
so
you
we
know them
had reverse order. We had Neon Lights Roleplay and Lies You'll Enjoy and Reflect Games. Thank you all.
Fantastic. Make sure you go follow them. Have a great rest of your night. If you want to see more of We're in Danger, go over to Itch. You can look it up there and grab a copy. There's probably some link in the description. But we're going to go ahead and raid somebody. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.